Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rob's Movie Reviews. This week, I want to talk to you about a film. It's not one of my all-time favorites, but it's a really good film, and I think it deserves to be reviewed and talked about. Talking about Forrest Gump, stars Tom Hanks, Sally Fields, Gary Sinise. This is a very heartwarming, touching movie about a man named Forrest Gump. It starts in his childhood. He is born. He's got some mental disabilities, and it hinders him far as his intelligence level. As a child, he has a lot of problems with his legs. He has to wear braces. Uh, he doesn't walk very well. As he gets older, though, kind of miraculously, his legs get better and he no longer needs the braces. But as he grows into a man, he grows up with his childhood sweetheart. Her name is Jenny, and as he grows into a man, he begins a wonderful journey through life that finds him in so many very interesting situations. It seems that he always seems to either be present or even affecting very pivotal moments in American history. He is a very good natured person, and I think it's that side of his personality that always makes him come out on top in every situation that he ends up in. Good things always happen for Forrest. He joins the military. He gets sent to Vietnam. While he's in boot camp, he meets probably one of the best friends he has in his entire life, uh, a young black man who Forrest only knows as Bubba. He makes a pact with Bubba that when the war's over and they get home, they're going to start their own shrimping business. And unfortunately, Bubba does not survive the war. Uh, Forrest ends up having to go home, but Forrest, when he goes home, decides that he's going to start the business up anyway in honor of Bubba. Also, while he's in the military, his commanding officer, who he refers to as Lieutenant Dan, played by Gary Sinise, Forrest actually saves Lieutenant Dan in the battle where a grenade has exploded and Lieutenant Dan loses both of his legs. He's very angry with Forrest for a long time because at least one person in his family, all the way down through the generations, had died in each of the great American wars, and he just felt that was his moment. He was supposed to die out in that battle, and Forrest, instead of letting him die, picked him up and carried him off the battlefield and got him back to a hospital where his life was saved. And Lieutenant Dan was very messed up for a long time. His head wasn't in the right place. He wasn't just angry with Forrest. He was really kind of angry with God for the way things turned out. But with the help of Forrest, when Lieutenant Dan goes to work with Forrest on his shrimping boat, he makes peace with what happened to him. He makes peace with God, and him and Forrest really bond at that point and develop a wonderful friendship that goes on for the rest of their lives. Lieutenant Dan's always there for Forrest and all of his triumphs. Lieutenant Dan's always there to pat him on the back. Jenny pops in and out of Forrest's life throughout the movie. Then, toward the end of the film, we find out that Jenny has a son, and she named him Forrest. And when Forrest goes to visit her, he hasn't seen her for quite a few years. He pops in and surprises her with a visit, and she introduces him to her son, Forrest. And when Forrest inquires why she gave him that name, she said that she wanted to name him after his father. And it turns out that the one time that Jenny and Forrest had gotten together, she actually got pregnant and had Forrest's son, but she never told him. Forrest is immediately afraid that his son is going to be slow like him, but Jenny assures him that that's not the case, that he's actually an extremely intelligent young man. And This is also when we find out that Jenny's ill. They never come out and say it, but it's pretty much implied that she has AIDS. Forrest takes her back to the family homestead. He takes care of Jenny up until they actually get married. He has a big wedding. All of his friends show up. Lieutenant Dan shows up. And then Forrest takes care of Jenny until she finally passes away. And he buries her under the willow tree on the property next to his mother. And the film ends with Forrest walking his son out to the bus stop for his first day of school and telling his son that, just be who you are. Always believe in who you are. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. And he helps his son on the bus, and as the bus pulls away, the camera pans out over the horizon, and that's pretty much the end of the film right there. The credits start to roll. Like I said, this isn't one of my favorite films, but it's a very good film. It's very heartwarming, very touching, very positive film. I would highly recommend it. If you're looking for a feel-good movie, Forrest Gump is definitely the movie, a good movie to watch if you're just looking for something to make you feel good. Tom Hanks delivers a wonderful performance, probably one of the better performances of his entire career. Gary Sinise, who I'm a huge fan of, delivers an outstanding performance in the role of Lieutenant Dan. Sally Field, who plays Forrest's mother, she is brilliant in this film, as only Sally Fields can be. She's a wonderful actress. I'm a huge fan of all of her work. And this is just a really good, feel-good, positive message movie. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this week's review. And until next week, you all take care.